What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks MLB player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks. As always, if you haven't checked out Prizepicks, would highly recommend you do so. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players, strikeouts, first inning runs allowed, pitching outs, pitcher fantasy score, pitches thrown, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match deposit up to $100 in your first deposit today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go to lock that in, get that free money offer, start winning some money on these picks today, guys. So yesterday we got bit a little bit. We nailed 2 in Severino, Zach Wheeler, both going out there and throwing gems. Unfortunately, Dylan Cease's pitch count got a little bit out of control, didn't hit on him, and then Acuna and Dansby Swanson didn't come through for us in the late game. So we are officially on a 10-4 run. Looking to bounce back in this one, go 5-0 as always. If you enjoyed the content, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Like goal on all these videos is going to be 200 likes. So if you could help me out with that, that would be awesome. And if you are going to be very serious, I would highly recommend my premium content packages. Those are linked below in the description. Just launched a bunch of new ones. I got the Prizepicks NBA, but now I have the Prizepicks MLB, Super Draft MLB, DraftKings FanDuel WNBA. And then if you're getting really serious, I'd highly recommend you check out the All-Star package. That's going to include the DraftKings FanDuel, Prizepicks, Super Draft, all of the above, as well as exclusive live streams and an exclusive Discord. And I do think I'm going to be launching a public Discord for only $1 a month. So if that's something you'd be interested in hopping in for $1, I have to charge $1 because Patreon won't let me post something for free. But it would just be $1. You sign up through Patreon, and then you could hop in the public Discord as well. So if you're interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, let's talk about it. I got 5 picks. So we're going to go game by game as always. And the first game that I'm going to talk about is the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the LA Angels. And I want to talk about Kyle Gibson, who has a very friendly strikeout prop line over here on Prizepicks. They've got him set at only 4.5. I've even looked at some books. I was shocked at how low this line was, and they have it set at 5.5, even with juice on the over on the books. So this is something that caught my eye right away. And it's the LA Angels. They're a team we've been targeting a ton for strikeouts throughout the entire portion of the season. Targeted Zach Wheeler last night, pitcher fantasy score, because I really like the spot as far as strikeouts. And now Kyle Gibson. Not exactly the most elite guy, but when you look at the matchup and the pitch count that he's been having as of late, I mean, I definitely do like the pick. As far as his stuff goes for strikeout rate and all that stuff, Kyle Gibson, he has a 20.9% K rate overall, 24.5% K rate to righties, and a 17.2% K rate to lefties. So it does dip down a bunch against lefties. But he is stretched out. He throws lots of pitches. He goes deep into ball games. And where this line is set, I think he can easily go out there and rack up 5 Ks against a K-happy Angels lineup tonight. You can see the pitch count the last 3 times out, 100, 106, 95 respectively. And then when you're breaking down the LA Angels lineup as far as what they feature up and down for strikeout rates, not to mention it's a Sunday, which oftentimes Sundays teams rest their star players, so we see some watered down lineups. That's always something to keep in mind here, which could help his case even more. But starting from the bottom up, as far as Velasquez, 30%, 22%, 21%, 32, 21, 26, 28, 28, 25. So lots of strikeouts throughout the entire LA Angels lineup. And even though Kyle Gibson doesn't have the most elite K-rate stuff, with the matchup, with the pitch count, with where the line's set, I really do like the over 4.5 strikeouts for Kyle Gibson. So that's going to be pick number 1 on the video. Pick number 2, we're going to be going to the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we have another guy in Zach Gallen, who I'm going to be targeting with strikeouts in a good matchup against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So we just talked about the LA Angels, who rank 2nd in the league as far as the most strikeouts against right-handed pitching. Well, the LA Angels rank 2nd worst, I should say, but the Pittsburgh Pirates rank 3rd worst against right-handed pitching as far as the K rate is concerned. And they have to take on Zach Gallen, who, when you're looking at his numbers across the board, has some really good K stuff here. He has a 26% K rate overall with a 29% K rate against righties and a 22.9% K rate against lefties. Definitely does strike out righties at a higher clip. But once again, we're dealing with a matchup where the strikeouts are so large that it doesn't really bother me. And then not to mention he does get a ballpark upgrade in Pittsburgh, which is a better pitching environment. Should help him with his pitch count, be a little bit more forgiving than it is out there in Arizona. You can see PNC Park, a lot of red and yellow going on out there in the outfield. So for me, this is a spot where I definitely want to be targeting Zach Gallen. It's similar to Kyle Gibson. I just really like where the line's at. It's set at 5.5 over here on Prizepicks. I'll gladly take the over on that. Look at his pitch count as well. Zach Gallen is stretched out. That's always important. We want them to have ample opportunity to rack up those Ks. And last time out, he just put up 6 strikeouts against the K-happy Atlanta Braves squad. I'm expecting more of the same here. 5.2 innings pitched, 97 pitches. and racking up those Ks. And you can't ask for a much better matchup taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who I just mentioned. Strike out a ton, starting from the bottom up as far as their lineup's concerned, and their strikeout rates here as far as Travis Swaggerty up. You can see that they have Swaggerty, there isn't a sample size yet. Heineman only a 26 at-bat sample size. He strikes out 7%, but then you go up from there. 21, 21, 30, 30, 23, 18, 23. So we have some 30% K rates in there. We have all 20+% K rates outside of that, essentially. And we have a guy in Zach Allen who does have some pretty good K stuff, a long leash. And once again, it's not like the line set at like 7.5 or anything. So that's really what's making me intrigued, is really where the line is, the matchup. Everything adding up for Zach Allen here. I like the over 5.5 strikeouts for him as pick number 2 on the video today. Pick number 3, we're going to be heading on down to the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Minnesota Twins. And we're talking about Kevin Gausman, a guy that has elite stuff across the board. Really, really just good. He has a 29.1% K rate overall, only a 5.5% walk rate with a 15.7% swinging strike rate. That's best on the slate. Does feature a 30.2% K rate to righties and a 28% K rate to lefties. And he gets a good matchup against a K-happy Minnesota squad today, and he is a massive favorite. He's a 2-12 favorite in Toronto. Good offense backing him. Expected to pick up the win. Expected to go deep into the ballgame. Another guy that is stretched out on his pitch count. As far as his leash is concerned, 98, 105, the last 2 times out. That's what you're looking at. Expected to get the win. Expected to rack up those Ks as well. I'm definitely going to be targeting the pitcher fantasy score when it comes to him today. I think he goes out there and puts 40+ up on the board. 38.5 pitcher fantasy score for me. I'm going to take in the over. And I think he racks up a lot of Ks, goes 6+ innings, gets the win, gets the quality start, and everything you're looking for when we're targeting the pitcher fantasy score. And like I said, there is quite a bit of strikeouts as well in the Minnesota lineup, starting from the bottom up with Palacios, 33%, 20, 26, 30, 31, 28, 21, 24%. You could target the Ks with Gausman if you wanted to. I just think the pitcher fantasy score, he's going to get all those bonuses that you get as well, so I feel pretty good about that. If for some reason he were to miss his K prop by 1 strikeout or something, I think he still hits the pitcher fantasy score. Looking at the scoring chart as far as how that's calculated, you get 6 points for the win. That's if they go 5 innings or more and they depart the game with their team winning and their team wins. Quality start, you get 4 points. That's if they go 6 innings or more and they allow 3 earned runs or less. -3 for each earned run, 3 points for every strikeout, and 1 point for every out that they record. So I like Kevin Gausman, hit the over 38.5 here. Massive favorite, good matchup, lots of strikeouts to be had, long leash, everything you're looking for. So like the over 38.5 pitcher fantasy score for Kevin Gausman, pick number 3 on the video. Pick number 4, we're going to be going to Lucas Giolito in the Trop. After Cease burnt us yesterday, going right back to the White Sox pitching staff, because this is a really good spot. It's in the Trop. It's one of the best pitching environments in baseball as far as Tropicana Field is concerned. You can see lots of red going on out there in the outfield. Not good for home runs. Not good for hitting, but it is good for targeting pitching. And Lucas Giolito is definitely a good pitcher. And I do like where they have his pitcher fantasy score line set. It's kind of at a discount as far as I'm concerned. You look at his numbers across the board. Really elite stuff with a 3.57 Sierra, 29% K rate overall with a 15.2% swinging strike rate. 27.8% K rate to those right-handed bats and a 30.3% K rate to those lefties. So he'll rack up the Ks. Once again, a guy who is stretched out. He's a 117 favorite, barely a favorite in this game, so I'm not really anticipating the guaranteed win, but his line's not set as high as Gausman's is, so that's really the part that's selling me. His strikeout prop's all the way up to 7, so for me, I don't really feel the need to go there, because if he hits the strikeouts, most likely he hits the pitcher fantasy score. He can still hit the pitcher fantasy score without hitting the strikeouts, so for me, there's more paths to success with a good outing out of him with the pitcher fantasy score. So I like the 35.5 pitcher fantasy score over here for Lucas Giolito. I think we get a nice little bounce back from when Cease let it down yesterday, and the Rays do strike out quite a bit. We talked about it yesterday with Dylan Cease, who has some control issues. I mean, you look at Lucas Giolito's numbers across the board. He's much more efficient than Dylan Cease as far as the walk rate. He does have a little bit of issues, but not nearly as bad. I love Cease, but sometimes he can be a little bit inefficient with his pitches. Giolito, I think we're in a little bit of better hands here, and then you read the Rays lineup up and down as far as strikeout rate. I will say it's starting to dip a little bit with some of the guys that they're bringing back here. Another reason I would prefer the pitcher fantasy score, because I think he racks up the Ks, but it's not quite as friendly as it was at one point. I mean, Paredes, only a 16% rate, 17, 21, 28, 14, 26, 14, 17, 25. So we have a mixture of some guys in there with mid-20s to upper 20s with some nice K rates, but some of these other guys, not as much. So still do think that 35.5 is too low for a pitcher in Lucas Giolito, who has so much talent. I'm thinking he scores in the upper 30s at least today. So for me, that's where I'm going to be targeting. Putting my trust in him in the Trop. Do like the spot here. Good pitching environment. Good stuff out of him. So that's going to be pick number 4 on the video. And pick number 5, rounding things out, we're going to be heading on down to the Houston Astros, taking on the Kansas City Royals. We're going to talk about Framber Valdez, guy that has absolute elite ground ball stuff, is a massive favorite, has a long leash. He's a 226 favorite, taking on these Kansas City Royals today. And I want to be taking advantage of his pitcher fantasy score. You look at his numbers across the board as far as how he fares. 3.66 SIERA. You can see only a 21.1% K rate, but where he's really elite is the ground ball, fly ball stuff. 68.8% ground ball, only a 13.9% fly ball rate. Has a 20.4% K rate against righties and a 25% K rate against lefties. He gets a great matchup taking on the Royals. Massive favorite. And once again, the pitch count has just been fantastic. You look at the last few games here. 114, 106 the last couple times out. You can't ask for much more. He's gone 7 and 9 innings respectively. 3 earned runs or less. That's going to give him that quality start, and he's picked up the win in 1, 2, 3, 4 straight. So expect him to get the win, expect him to get the quality start, expect him to go deep, and I expect him to rack up some Ks along the way. And once again, the pitcher fantasy score, pretty friendly line over here, 36.5. It's kind of surprisingly low. I would expect it to be up kind of towards the upper 30s, but hey, we'll take it. I think he puts up 40 plus here relatively easily. And then lastly, reading off the Kansas City Royals K rates and all that fun stuff that we always look at against left-handed pitching. Not really the most K rate as far as the bottom and the top of the order. Like from the bottom up, Nicky Lopez, 13, 8, 9. But then in the middle of the order, 27, 19, 22, 30, 17, and then 11 at the top. So, I'm not necessarily sure he's going to have a ton of strikeouts, but, enough to make it matter as far as the pitcher fantasy score. Maybe racks up 5 or 6 Ks. Goes 6+ innings, gets the win. Jonathan Heasley is really bad on the other end, so I feel pretty good. And then he has a good offense backing him up. Similar to Kevin Gausman, who we talked about earlier on the video. So pick number 5 is going to be the over 36.5 pitcher fantasy score for Framber Valdez. And those are my 5 picks. Get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, check those out, linked below in the description. Patreon.com/KJK_DFS. And if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, sign up today. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match deposit up to $100 on your first deposit today. Wishing you all the best of luck on your player props, and we will see you in the next one.